Hello, Matteo, can you hear us?
Grazie dell'invito, spero mi sentiate, intervengo in italiano.
I will be speaking, yes, I can hear you. I will be speaking Italian. Now, starting from the point made by Magda Dąbrowska yesterday when we were opening the Congress, when we talk about legislation on psychoactive substances, this is, in fact, when we're talking about a war, a real confrontation. On the one hand, we have consumers who have diverse legislation to go by. Now, this legislation allows courts to penalize citizens, consumers, depending on where they were born, on what their social status is, what their skin color is, depending on whether or not we have a job or not, etc. So this legislation can negatively affect vulnerable communities. And statistics quoted at the start of the session from the European Observatory on the use of psychoactive substances in Europe, the studies shows that we have 16.8 million people who have at least once, actually 88 million to be precise, 88 million people have tried marijuana once in their lifetime, at least. So 1 out of 3 European citizens have tried marijuana. Similarly, 22 million people admit having tried or having consumed marijuana only last year. And probably statistics are underestimated. The official statistics in Italy suggest there are 6 million cannabis users in Italy alone. So I'm thinking that 22 million last year is grossly underestimated. Now, the statistics show us give us one important message, and that is if we continue penalizing behaviors, now 22 million people could all land behind the bars, could all receive treatment. Does it make sense? Well, it barely makes sense. And it hasn't happened. We have informed users and we have reasonable users. And people know how to use the substances. And the user communities are fine. People use it in private. People use it reasonably and wisely and responsibly. They do it so that they don't harm themselves and others. Now, compare it with alcohol. There's no stigma. There's no prejudice against it. And as a matter of fact, we don't drink first thing in the morning. We do it after work, in the evening, in the privacy of our homes. And so do cannabis users. Because we tend to imagine these marginalized individuals who are totally antisocial and or irresponsible. This is not the case. National statistics suggest that. Now, the reality is completely different. In Italy, we had to ask ourselves a question over the past 6 years, whether we can do something to make our democracy address the problem. And so we have used citizen or participatory democracy instruments. The initiative was suggested, and the parliament was reluctant to hear the voice of the people, and the parliament basically didn't allow that bill to go through the first chamber, let alone the Senate. In 2020, our pressure was stepped up on the Italian parliament. We decided to exercise our right for civil disobedience, and many people have started publicly growing cannabis. 17 such individuals had suffered from some legal reprisal, and Magda Dąbrowska said it yesterday. The opportunity. Okay, let me back off. Courts make decisions whether to litigate or drop a case. Courts may decide to drop a case or never start the case, and some cases have never leave no mark in the legal system. We know of cases never actually accepted by the courts for hearing. We decided to propose a referendum, and unfortunately the Constitutional Court banned or cancelled this initiative. And well, we have used all the democratic avenues, all the ways possible. None seems feasible at the moment, so we are left with the last resort of European democracy. I don't want to take too much long. Thank you very much, and I'm now in Barcelona. We have a concurrent event, and I'm trying to stay in touch with you because I think that collaboration matters, and we should be working with the Spanish movement. Thank you very much, and I wish you a fruitful debate going forward.